My name is Anthony Grap, and this is my Met Art Analysis project. The object that I have chosen for this project is an ancient reliquary which mimics the shape of a sarcophagus. The reliquary is from the Byzantine period, dating to around 400 to 600 AD. A reliquary is a container for relics, the remains of a saint, or objects made holy by physical contact from a holy person. Pictured here are all examples of different reliquaries from ancient times, with the one in the center being the focus of this video. During the 4th century in ancient Rome, the bodies of saints and martyrs were dug up and divided so they could be placed in reliquaries at different local churches. This specific reliquary is a gabled stone structure which is made out of marble. It measures at around 6 inches tall, 5.5 inches wide, and 8.5 inches long. If you look on the lid of the reliquary, you will see Latin, which translates to, "In fulfillment of a vow of John the Bishop." This inscription suggests that this reliquary was given to a local church in memory of a miracle, or in anticipation of a request made to the saint whose remains were kept in this reliquary. Before and after the inscriptions, we see 2 engravings of a cross. The cross did not become a public symbol of Christianity until after the Edict of Milan in 313, when Christianity was first legal under the Roman or Byzantine Empire. The 2 crosses on this reliquary help us accurately date this object. If you look on the side of the reliquary, you will see a circle with 4 main holes in it, as well as a small hole above this. This may have been a place where followers could insert cloth attached to rods. This would allow the power of the relic to be absorbed through contact, which would then create a secondary relic. Alternatively, oil could be poured into the reliquary, which would come back out through the holes in the side, also creating a secondary relic. The sarcophagi that reliquaries like these were modeled after were a big part of Roman culture. A sarcophagus is a coffin, and they were seen in many different civilizations throughout time. The Romans used them as a way for families to honor their dead, as they would frequently visit these tombs and have feast days for their deceased. Sarcophagi were more monumental rather than functional. Iconography and inscriptions were used to memorialize the dead, as well as to signify cultural identity. Families would also offer libations to these sarcophagi with the intention of nourishing the deceased person during their journey to the afterlife. In general, the sarcophagus was heavily intertwined with Roman religious practices. Relics also came to be a large factor of Roman religious practices under Constantine. While he endorsed Christianity in the Roman Empire, he also encouraged the practice of obtaining and memorializing holy relics. He called to attention the importance of material artifacts and human remains. Because of this, establishments with relics became increasingly important and turned into large centers of worship and pilgrimage for Christians. In fact, establishments which contained relics were now being held in higher regard than places which contained no relics, with some accounts even mentioning church officials instructing people not to worship at churches which did not contain relics. There are several similarities between Roman sarcophagi and reliquaries which can help us understand why some of these reliquaries were modeled this way. Just as the Romans used sarcophagi to memorialize their dead, the reliquaries were used to memorialize saints or holy people. As libations were placed at the sarcophagus to aid a person in their journey to the afterlife, libations were also poured into reliquaries to create secondary relics. These secondary relics and visiting a reliquary were supposed to aid people in their journey of life and protect them. Both reliquaries and sarcophagi dealt with spiritual well-being and the journey in this life and the next, something very important in Roman culture at this time.